I'm happy to be here again this year with my friend Steve Ledoux.
How are you, Trish?
I'm fabulous.
How's everybody out in TV land?
It's actually a pretty good parade day out here.
Yeah.
Not too hot like last year. We got some sun, and certainly we have a big, giant crowd.
We got a great crowd this year. I think everybody thought they might get rained out, but the weather's cooperating. It looks like we might get rain later this afternoon, but I think it's going to miss us.
I think it's going to miss us. I think we're going to get in our parade.
All the attendees will be enjoying it and be in their cars before the rain drops. So,
right.
But welcome.
And if you're listening right now, you can hear the fire trucks coming down Main Street, which signifies the official beginning of the Labor Day Parade.
Here we go.
And it's always such a cool thing. The kids love the fire trucks. We have a couple of really fun things in the parade this year that I want to tell people about early on. If you see the Touch-A-Truck from the Touch-A-Truck, the snowplow, that the kids sign their names at Touch-A-Truck, if you send a photo to the DPW next year at Touch-A-Truck, you get a free gift. So you want to make sure you do that. We're also having a hashtag contest. So if you take a photo of something during the Labor Day Parade and you write a great hashtag, send that on up to City Hall. And again, there's prizes for that. So there's lots of fun things happening. We're an interactive parade this year.
So you can participate.
That's right. Here they come. You can see all the kids covering their ears. They are getting ready. We have a couple of guests lined up that are going to be visiting us today.
Yes, we do.
Our first guest is going to be our new city clerk,
Mr.
Stephen
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Right.
He's got a couple of useful tidbits to share with us this year.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
And who else is stopping by?
We're going to see the mayor.
The mayor is stopping by.
We are going to see two near and dear friends of mine, City Council President Ed Clancy and Councilor Joe Delano. This is their last official Labor Day parade.
Yeah, they announced their retirement.
Absolutely.
And,
this is
Mr. Clancy was Mr. Clancy to me because he was my housemaster and principal at Marlborough High about 5 years ago.
Yep. So, so it'll be fun
Mr.
to see
Delano
them.
gave him a great tribute to the city, about 15 plus years on the City Council.
On the City Council and the school committee.
That's true.
He did 4 or 8 on the school committee. My facts aren't good there.
That's all right. But as every Labor Day in this community, it is all about the community. So young and old, from far and near, people come here, they come back home to see the Labor Day Parade, which is great. And you join us on TV, and you've told us that too. So I know I'll be saying hello to some of you throughout the broadcast just to make sure you're listening and watching, and I will test you later.
There's always a quiz. See what's happening. So I will say that we have probably one of our biggest crowds. I mean, the weather is perfect. It's not too hot. It really is just nice.
Well, last night as you drive through Route 20, you see the chairs are already out. They're tied down. People have established their
I will tell you, I was on Main
turf.
Street yesterday morning at 11 a.m. and there was chairs out already. So this is a big deal here in town.
Always has been.
I came down this morning early and there was chairs lining everywhere. So you claim your spot, and people go to the same spot every year, don't they?
Oh yeah, that's a tradition.
Yeah. So now you're a family.
So
because
actually,
with Rose
rightfully
closing, what's
so.
happening?
Yeah. Well, so everybody know 57 Main Street Row Funeral Home is now closed. So, but for 25 plus years, I watched the parade down there.
Yeah.
In the last several years, I've been here, with you and others. But yeah, it'll be the Rowe family and all their family and friends. The last time they'll watch the parade at 57 Main Street.
A little bittersweet for them.
Because in a few years, 57 Main Street's going to look totally different with a new complex up there. So.
Right. I saw the work starting. Yesterday we actually did the museum in the streets, which we'll talk about later. But I saw that the back of the building, they've already started to do some work, cleaning it out and get it ready to go.
So a little sentimental, but bittersweet. But
it's an exciting time for Main Street, though, too, because you know what? We've talked about housing and things that are going to make Main Street pop even more than it does.
We'll bring disposable income downtown with the people who are going to buy those condominiums, and
And I know our friends at Wellies and Funkies and Tyrific, all the restaurants downtown are going to so appreciate having some walkable people here.
So
yeah,
we can see them now. They're in our sights now. You might see them in your other cameras. Now, we still. blaring those sirens throughout the whole parade route, and brings back memories from 1973, my very first parade. But yeah, they do a great job 365 days a year, and they present themselves, and they're well received by the public.
They are, and you know, the Marlborough Fire Department Honor Guard does great work, and they put themselves together, and they are just a forefront in every event that we have in the community. It's so nice to see them giving up their time to do that.
Look and shop, and just on Saturday, the Marlborough High School girls soccer team had a car wash, and they had fire department brought down engine 1, and the girls had the memory of a lifetime washing the engine 1.
Must have been why it looked so great. It
looked better than the others, that's for sure.
That's right.
Bryant, Nunzi.
So we have
hey, Doctor. So here's one of our parade marshals.
One of our grand marshals.
Hi, Nunzi.
Nunzi, and his son Dickie is with him.
Yep.
Now this year,
and the other gentleman,
the Labor Day parade, we're honoring our World War II veterans.
That's right.
So we have Nunzio Martino being in the parade with us. We also have Gilbert
How are you?
Zucker, who are representing all of the veterans. When the mayor put the call out that this is something they wanted to do, these gentlemen came forward with their families, and it's really very exciting for them.
Yep.
I will tell you that Nunzi is one of the gentlemen that comes to the senior center to play pool every Tuesday. He's in the pool league. He just has a great time.
For his age, he's well into his 90s.
He is well into
both
his
of those
90s.
gentlemen are well
if
into
we
their
said how old
90s.
he was, he'd be mad at us.
And the other gentleman's name we'll need to get. Who
Gilbert
the parade
Zucker
marshal.
is here in the parade.
Yeah,
with us.
he was with them.
Okay.
He's with them.
Hey, hi.
Gregory, Mr. Matrakis.
And Mr. Gregory Matrakis is
Hey,
with us.
hey.
Look at that. Another one of our veterans representing all of the World War II veterans.
Another World War II veteran, Mr. Greg Matrakis.
There are estimated to be about 10 that live in the city of Marlborough.
Very good.
And these folks
There's
came forward.
gentleman.
These folks came forward to
We
be
can
in
get
the
a
parade.
name. It'd be great to have
And then we
names.
also have, later on in the parade, we'll have a trolley full of all of our veterans. Anybody who wanted to be in the parade, and that trolley is being sponsored this year by Representative Danielle Gregoire.
Look at this. Who's running up the street here? But
Oh,
Mayor
here's
Arthur
our mayor.
Vigil. Is this your appearance now?
Oh my God, don't get killed, Mayor.
Okay.
You're up
Watch
for
out.
re-election.
Here we go. Come on in.
Can we get him in there?
How do you get in?
Well, one more.
Oh my God.
Just like the old days.
Oh
Just
my
like
God,
the old
he's proven
days.
he's still nimble. Look at that.
Welcome, man. How is it out there? How's the crowd?
Fantastic.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Good.
Great day.
We just
A
saw
lot of
our
people are out.
parade marshals, Mr. Nunzio Martino, and
The World War II vets.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
they look great.
And you're way out ahead of the Marlborough High Band here, Mayor.
I just snuck up here. I figured I'd catch you now.
Oh,
Probably easy to catch you now.
we got a lot of plans for this afternoon. There's a lot going on around the city.
Festival.
Absolutely.
Got the MHS marching band behind us.
This
They
is
sound good,
a phenomenal job every year.
and the weather held off, so
It's going to be perfect just like this the rest of the day. I was guaranteed that. So,
you ordered this weather.
huh?
You ordered this weather. You have this
Oh,
power
this
in
is
this mayor.
special. It's just a great day. I mean, a lot of people are out today.
Damien,
I can tell you, I was looking through there are 110 members of the Marlborough High Band, and this is their first step off. So some of these kids are 8th graders and freshmen that have never walked in a parade
Look at I
before.
brought a special guest to hold the flag today.
look at that.
Hey!
Do we know some of those people?
That's
Mayor?
one of them is Miss Torrio, right?
Yeah.
One of them is
That's Grace.
That's Grace. That's what
the
I
one
thought.
in the
That's
middle.
the mayor's
In the mi-
granddaughter.
right there. In the middle?
Kyle's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
All
a
right,
great
I'm
day.
jumping back in.
All right.
Be careful.
Thanks
Be
for stopping
careful.
by.
All right.
Be careful. It's a big step there, Mayor.
Yeah.
I can work this job too.
Right? Steve, you want to hold on?
So we had the mayor stop by and see us. We have our city council coming through right now.
Yeah, there you go. Is it Mr.
There
Clancy?
they go. They're
You'll
in
be
their
back.
official
Good to see you.
shirts.
Mr. Tenero.
There we go.
Mr. Oram.
We just missed Councilor Delano walking down the street in one of his last
Yep.
Labor Day parade.
Councilor Jouer.
Yep.
Councilor
Clancy and Councilor Orm will be back to see us
Councilor
later.
Dumas, school committee representative Hennessy,
And Councilor
I-
Roby was up there.
and Michelle
Yep.
Boughton Hedinger from the
Yeah.
school committee.
Yep. It's always nice. I know it was one of the highlights every year, getting to walk in the Labor Day parade.
Councilor
And
Irish is
we have
walking
Councilor
up. He's
Irish
bringing up the rear.
Bringing up the rear. He must have stopped to chat. And now our next.
Well, the parade goes through his ward, so he sees a lot of
The
constituents.
next group coming through, though, this is our Marlborough veterans.
The trolley
They're on
with
a
the
trolley
veterans.
that's sponsored by Representative Danielle Gregoire. And any veteran in the city that wanted to be on the trolley was more than welcome to participate. It's really a nice way to honor our veterans. We talk about it all the time, Steve, but we live the life we live because of what they did for us.
Exactly, and this city is blessed with organizations like the American Legion, the VFW,
Yep.
the Italian American Club, and the MVets, who is now merged with the VFW.
We've got somebody in his full uniform over here.
The disabled
Really
American
great.
veterans as well.
Yep. And it looks like we have a pretty full trolley this year,
Yep.
so that's so nice to see. I
And
know
I
our
think
veterans
I think
agent,
our community does well by their veterans.
and I know our veterans agent,
And-
Nick
and I'm-
Chabonneau, does a good job
and-
organizing them and trying to...
And I'm sure at the senior center you see your share of veterans on a
We
daily
do,
basis
and that's
too.
the beauty of having the veterans agent there at the senior center. My friend Alex is on there. I see a lot of the guys from the center on there.
Bueno.
This is great. So the parade seems to be becoming a little fast and furious
Well,
now.
you know, it's a little tight, which means it might end a little sooner than we thought. But
Right. We're trying to get
think
it in.
as participants, they actually appreciate everything coming in as right on top of each other instead of the gaps.
Right.
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
While I'm here on TV and we have a little gap ourselves, I want to reach out to a good friend, Caitlin Voss. She's at home. She doesn't like the noises, but she's her dad, Alan Voss, is a police officer, and
Okay,
mom's
yep.
Martha Voss at the nurses at Marlborough Hospital. And I told her I would say hello.
So are you looking for a dinner invite? Is that what that's all about?
No. I probably I owe them.
I was just going to say, yeah.
There's Mr. Holt, Kimmy
Very-
Holt, one of
very
our
impressive.
veterans driving the truck.
Very impressive part of the parade now, because this is our veterans group. So we have all different kinds of veteran organizations. We're going to be seeing the Waltham Marching Band.
Yep.
We have a bunch of them coming through here. And, you know, a lot of these units couldn't be here except that they're sponsored by businesses here in the community that actually pay for them to be here.
Well, I
That's
thought
why
it-
we're seeing the banners.
Right, and I thought Councilor Irish was bringing up the rear, but
No,
it looks
we
like
see
Councilor
Councilor-
Landis is bringing up the rear. We got
Last
Councilor
but
Landis.
not least, he's walking
That's
through.
okay. Given his age and station, we can appreciate that he's
Did you get lost, Councilor?
stopped to say hello to too many people. There's
So our volunteers today holding the banners, I believe, are Marlborough High
Cheerleaders. Yep.
Which is nice of them to give up their Labor Day, because it is a really big thing here in the city. So you do give up a big chunk of your time to be in the parade, and I know we all appreciate that.
So the city of Marlborough has a Legion, American Legion,
Right.
but it does not have an American Legion band.
We
but
do
the city
not.
of Waltham does. The city of Waltham's American Legion band comes out to this parade on an annual basis. And matter of fact, as they come down, they look a little younger than last time, which was good because that means they've got some new recruits.
Right,
'Cause-
well, and they look a little bigger than my notes, because I have that they had 15 members marching with them,
Well,
but they got a few more than
It
that.
bodes well for their future
It
because
sure does.
you want to continue the tradition.
And I can remember years ago with our own George Wapham marching with the Waltham band here, and I think he was probably the one that brought him to our city.
I think he's the one that's helping us with the weather today too. So.
I'm sure he is. And for the folks at home, we try not talking over the bands when they're playing, but I've heard from so many of our vision impaired friends that live in the city that hearing, having us say what's happening, what's walking down the street makes a huge difference to them, so that they can be at home enjoying the parade as well.
And I hope we do well by them.
But
and
when they see the scaffolding here, a lot of the bands will start playing, and then that's when we're going to stop talking. Because believe me, we have enough conversation for the whole parade.
That's true. We don't want to shout over the microphones either, because you don't want
Right.
to become blaring into your living rooms.
Right.
Um,
So we have, I believe, I'm trying to look up the street here and see, because I'm not sure if they've dropped out due to the weather or not,
Who's that?
whether the Clydesdales are going to be here
well,
today.
they are here because
You saw them up top?
I went and visited the Jewett family up on the corner of South and Pleasant, and some of the kids were up there checking out them, and they usually are parked behind the Slattery's. It's Slattery's
Okay,
Funeral.
yep, they do.
They
yeah.
station up there. They get
So
marked up there.
since we have some vehicles rolling through, we're going to ask for our city clerk Steve Kerrigan
ready
to
to
come
have a
on up
guest?
and join us.
All right, Mr. Clerk.
We're
please.
not going to make you. We're not going to make you
can
transfers.
Yeah, you can use that.
You can bring the chair. You can bring the stairs over. Steve, grab that mic over there too.
Over the years, and their family is located on.
I'm going down.
You're going to give our interview. Oh! I thought we were going to do it by the way. No.
No. Absolutely. I know. It was a little trepidation there when the mayor jumped up. We weren't sure it was going to hold all of us. But, you know, we're really happy, City Clerk Kerrigan, that you can be here to join us today. There's so many things going on in the city. Two really important things that I know that we wanted to do a shameless plug. Mr. City Clerk, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
I know that there's a lot of really important things going on in the city. Before we get there, I want to say welcome. Congratulations
Thank you very much.
on your new position. I know you're going to serve our city
excited.
well. We're very excited to have you.
Thank you.
But tell us some really important things that are happening.
Well, this year we have a municipal election coming up, and for those at home, we have municipal preliminary election October 8th, which is going to take place all across the city. We have 3 candidates for mayor, and we also have 3 candidates in the Ward 1 City Council race to replace retiring City Councilor Vice President Joe Delano.
So let me just go back a minute. So I just want to make sure people know everybody in the city should go out for the preliminary election.
Absolutely.
Because everybody has one. In Ward 1, you're going to be voting for a city councilor as well.
Correct.
Other people, you're just going to be culling down the field.
Correct. You're going to have 2 races in Ward 1, but all throughout the city there's going to be the mayor's race. It's going to be on the ballot, so every precinct and every ward will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Election Day,
Yep.
October 8th. And that will reduce the field down in the mayor's race and also in the Ward 1 race. The winners of those will move on to November, which is November 5th is the general municipal election where we'll elect the mayor, city councilor, school committee member, and the Assabet Valley Regional Technical School member as well.
So it's a big political year in the city.
Huge in the city,
Big
yes.
political year. Also, we have something very important happening in 2020.
Correct. Next year, not only the regular municipal census, which is very important, will be going out in December, the time frame, but in April of 2020, the federal biennial census will be taking place, where they do the federal census every 10 years. So that's what's going to happen this next year. So it's very important for everyone to answer that. It's going to equal representation on the local level, because I'm sure ward lines will have to shift a little bit, but as well as on the state and federal level as well.
So very important for us.
Very important.
I know it's hugely important for us at the Senior Center.
Absolutely.
Because that's where we get a lot of our federal funding.
Absolutely, yes.
So we really urge people to fill out that census. If you
Yes.
have any questions, you can contact
Call our
the
office.
clerk's office.
Yep.
They're at City Hall 5 days a week and
Right.
on Monday evenings as well.
Until 7 o'clock, yeah, we're there on Monday nights, 508-460-3775, or you can visit us at the city website. I mean, we're happy to answer any questions that you have. And just please come out and vote and return your census.
Absolutely. Return both your censuses.
Yes,
Not only the
absolutely.
municipal, but the federal.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you very
Steve,
much,
for
Trish.
coming out to join us.
Wish you and Steve a great day.
All right. And we've got some more. Oh, we got the, you get to stay here while we have the Clydesdales walking by.
Mike, are you on me? Mike, are you on me? All right.
The first flag.
And here comes our Clydesdales. We mentioned them earlier. They did make it out from the western part of the state.
It's always one of the highlights of the Labor Day parade.
Yeah,
I mean, not a lot of parades can boast that they have the Clydesdales walking
If
down
you're
Main
10
Street.
years old or younger and you've never seen them before, it's quite an imposing
Right.
creature.
So this year we have 8 horses joining us, and they're pulling an antique wagon.
From the Hallamores out in the western part of the
Yeah.
state. And for them, this is a point of pride for them. They maintain these. Internationally the Budweisers have their, but locally these are ours. These are Massachusetts Clydesdales, and they look sharp.
And they're very weather conscious. I mean, if it was raining, we wouldn't have had the Clydesdales.
Right.
Last year, because of the heat, they had to bow out. We're very fortunate to be able to have them this year. And I know for the kids, it's such a highlight because that is a massive horse walking down
That
Main
is
Street.
a massive horse.
That really is. And look at how pretty they are, huh?
And there's a little golf cart behind with the shovel, just in case.
Just in case.
Oh, good to see Clerk Kerrigan come by.
It is, yeah.
You know,
He's
well-deserved
doing a great
appointment.
job. He really is doing a great job.
And it is a big job too.
And he's a nice addition to the city, well experienced, having been there for about 8 years before he became clerk. And it's nice to, in a position of such stature, to have somebody from the city in that job.
Right.
So we're very fortunate.
Once again, right? Since Joanne Reynolds was the last
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, so we took a little break there. I mean,
Miss Lillian Haddad prior to that.
Right. So
My memory doesn't go past that. Though.
it's come back to the city for sure, and it's nice to have him. And he's got a great staff working for him. So I know. Sad for me, Steve and I have been friends for many, many years. I would have loved one last city council meeting with him, but it wasn't meant to be.
Comes
So we
in
have
Mass-
some floats
Marlborough
coming down the
Historical Society's float. Plenty of flowers on there, and they're circa. Looks like they're circa of the 1800s.
Museum in the street. So we got to talk about that for a minute because I was very
There you are.
I was very
How are you?
fortunate on yesterday that
We're talking about it right now.
my husband Tom, my son Drew, and I, we actually did the walk of Museum in the Streets. This is a fascinating city. When you get the chance, you have to come downtown. Most of the businesses have the brochures available. They look just like this. They're in a lot of the city businesses. It has the map in here. It's amazing. Something I didn't know and somebody I've known about for a long time, William Dawes was a Marlborough citizen. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing the facts and things that you find out here. So do come and do it.
And how long is the exhibit up for?
It's Museum in the Street. It's here forever.
Oh,
We're
so
the
that
first city in the country to
Okay.
have something like this.
All right.
If you do it correctly, which I want to say we did, but we didn't start at number 1, but we did get them all. Took us about an hour and a half to do the walk.
All right, we'll pick up on that later in the
Okay.
broadcast. But right now we have the Acton Boxborough Marching Band, Acton Boxborough High School Marching Band.
And they are 140 people strong.
They are in their blue, white, and gold.
Yeah.
They look very sharp. They sound wonderful. A lot of brass. Look at the tubas. There are 5 tubas out there. Very good presentation.
And a marching band is so fun. What an awesome band, huh? What can I say? We have an Acton Boxborough alum walking by
Oh,
us
is
right
that
now.
right, Miss Kramer? How are you, Linda?
Happy
You too.
Labor Day,
Congratulations
Mr.
on your
Kramer. Nice to
newlywed
see
couple.
you. Linda is an alum from Acton Boxborough.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
Look at, we've got a.
And a marching band is so fun. There's such camaraderie in a band. Those kids not only work very, very hard, but they have a great time while they're doing it. And then we have a stilt walker here.
Yeah.
That
In
is
Bicentennial Garden.
Boston stilt is what, yeah.
Boston
That is
still.
a talent, huh? Wow. I'm not sure I would even want to try to do that.
And Congresswoman Trahan is with us today.
And that lets
She's
you
got
know
her own
how
contingent.
significant our parade is, that a congressperson took time out of their
Certainly,
busy
in a
schedule
non-election year, too.
in a non-election year to be here with us. So we are very fortunate. I know that Congresswoman Trahan has reached out to us several times at the senior center. She's trying to set up some coffees and meet and
Yeah,
greets
and
and
she's
things
no
like
stranger
that.
to Marlborough either. She used to work with the Mighty Me and Congressman Me, and
I
so
did
she
not know
had
that, yeah.
a handful of years here,
Yeah?
along with Chris Doherty.
Oh!
They were a team, Chris
That's
Doherty
right,
and Lori
yeah.
Trahan.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's great. We have, actually, we don't have a lot of politicians this year.
No,
I
it's-
thought with kind of a full field here in Marlborough that would have some more walking. We have, I believe we can be expecting 2 other people running for city council,
Yep.
but we haven't, not that I'm aware of at this point, are there any more?
Yes, it's a different era too, I think.
Right.
But there are some candidates, and we'll be introducing them as well. So.
Yep. And here comes
Mr.
the
Hand, Congresswoman. We'll get her to say hello.
Yeah.
Congresswoman, come and say hello to our TV audience.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Say
Nice
hello to
to
Trish
see you.
Pope. Say hello to our audience out there. Just wave. There you are, Congresswoman Trahan.
Thank you for
Thank
taking
you
the
for coming
time to be here
Marlborough.
today. We appreciate
Great
it.
to see you. Here's
That was
Anna
a big
Katzis
field.
carrying the banner. Hello, Miss Katzis. And who do we have here? We got a fife and drum.
We have the William Diamond Band.
The William Diamond Blake Band. Now those are real young fife and drum.
Wow, look at that,
We are
huh?
talking an average age of
How fun
13
is
right
that?
there. That is encouraging and promising. That means for years to come, we're going to have fife and drum in this parade. That's what it means.
And you know what? Being an old flute player, that's not an easy
Representative Gentile?
There's
How
Representative
are you?
Gentile
Good to
walking
see
with
you.
us today. He's got a nice contingent walking with him.
Right? He's actually my state rep, Carmen Gentile, because I live on the one precinct, I live on that side of the city that he represents.
Yeah, I know. It's a funny story about that because Representative Gregoire's parents can't even vote for her.
That's right.
Because they live in that district as well.
And who do we have here?
We have
Liberty.
New Liberty Jazz Band.
Liberty Jazz Band. They're in an old circa fire truck on top with their straw hats, their pinstripe blue shirts.
And they've been in the parade for several years.
Yep.
They're one of the things that you look forward to, one of the groups you look forward to seeing in the Labor Day parade.
Banjos, tubas, and trumpets. Oh, and we got a piano there too.
And I got it.
We got our Knights of Columbus contingent
Knights of
coming
Columbus.
up. I know Mr. Kearns and Mr. Cronin are there.
And they don't wear the regalia anymore for the 4th degree.
No.
We have Councilor Joe
Nope, Mr.
Delano that's
Tremblay's
coming up
there.
to join us.
Come on up there, Joe.
Ready for me now?
Yeah, come
We're
on
going to
up.
go on this side over here, Joe. Thank you to the Knights of Columbus.
Come to one of our concerts.
Mike, when the Apex float gets here, stay with me because they're going to jump down off you with this life-size stuffed tiger and give it away inside.
So we have the
Yeah, I
Marlborough
think you might
High
hold on
Music
to another.
Association coming by.
So I don't know
which
his
is an
plan.
award-winning float in our parade today. And I'm being joined by my friend, City Councilor and Vice President Joe Delano.
Hello, Trish. What a great day today.
What a great day. So, Joe, it's bittersweet. Your last Labor Day parade after all these years.
That's right. 16 years, 4 in the school committee and 12 on city council, and this will be my last parade, at least for a while.
So what did it feel like walking down Main Street one last time?
You know, a lot of mixed emotions, as you might expect. Happy at the things we accomplished. Happy at the progress the city has made because of all of our efforts, including you as a past president par excellence
Thank you.
and councilor par excellence. But there's a few things I would like to have done that we're not quite there yet, but we're in great shape.
With the city
And
is
so
in
it's
great
fun
shape.
to come in and think about that. And of course, seeing the people is
And they
always
make
the
you
best.
feel so great. I mean, the fans, the people that line the streets for the Marlborough Labor Day Parade are second to none. They are so enthusiastic. They're so happy. We see other parades in other communities sometimes where you hear things being shouted and stuff. Here, it's just sheer joy. People are just out here having a good time.
They're happy, they're kind and generous,
Right.
good-hearted. That's what Marlborough's about, though.
That is what Marlborough's about. So it's got to be hard for you to be walking away.
Well, I think sometimes you reach a certain point where you need to move on to a next phase of your life.
You're right, and it's a lot of work, and I don't think people really grasp the concept of how much work a city councilor does, and you give up a lot to do it. You're happy to do it, but there's a time you have to go back to your own family.
It's true, and as you know, with city councilors, there are some of us that perhaps overdo it, where people like me, you lose sleep at night, you get frustrated. As other people, not so much. But
So I would be remiss, Joe, if I didn't comment on how dapper you all look in your city council shirts this
well,
year.
these are compliments of President Ed Clancy.
Wow.
Gave these to us, and so today was a very appropriate day to wear them.
So
and
I saw everybody walking by in uniform.
That's right,
So you
that's
got the memo. Everybody did it.
Everybody did it, which
That's
is
great.
usually like herding cats, but it worked out today. So
That's
that was
great.
kind of fun. It was
Oh,
kind of
no,
fun.
really, you look very impressive coming down Main Street. I know the city is sad to see you go. We're grateful for everything that you did for us. We're so excited with everything that's yet to be that you have helped put into place.
And I'm very excited too with that Mayor Vigil will still be here. He's done such a wonderful job. Without his leadership, our job would have been so much harder. But what he's done for businesses and helping the city grow, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I hope he stays for a number of years in the future.
As do I. One more question I have for you before you leave us, Joe, is your ward actually has a preliminary.
Yes.
That is a sought-after seat.
It has been a long time since there's actually been any competition. So I've been on 12 years and never had a competitor.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that shapes up.
But that says a lot when there's an open seat and people from the general public just decide that it's my turn and I'm going to step forward and try to make a difference. So I commend all of them in the race because it takes a lot to put your name on that ballot.
It certainly does, and I hope we get somebody who really cares about the city, who wants to see us grow in an intelligent way.
Yeah.
We'll take great care of the constituents, the taxpayers, and keep
move
things
along
moving
the
forward.
good work you've already done. So
Exactly.
that's important.
You're very kind, Trish. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, for joining us. We can't wait to see what's next for you.
We shall see. We
Okay.
shall see. Thank you, Trish.
Thank you, Joe.
Might be recording now, right? But what are you talking about? You hope it's recording what?
During the transition, when Councilor Delano was leaving us, we saw a candidate for City Council at Large, Samantha Perlman, come through with quite a contingent of
Very
people.
much, and quite the colors too. Blue and green. I mean, yellow and green. I
Yeah.
will say stands out. Matter of fact, we didn't see the candidate, which I'm thinking that she's still shaking hands back here. But she's born and raised here in the city, running for office, and I've met with her. I'm sure you've met with her, and we wish her the best of luck with all the candidates, but
Yeah.
she brought a lot of energy to this year's race. So
Well, it's nice to see such a big group walking through.
here comes
too,
the Lions Club.
Here
with
come
Mr.
the Lions.
Gibbs. Couch to 5K, he wants us to promote. And
Well-
Abraham Lincoln is coming up too.
So the Lions Club does so much for our city.
Yeah, with the
they
Lions
supply the
iMobile.
but they also give back. They're at community events. They're working. They're running concession stands. They really work very, very hard. Abe Lincoln,
Abraham Lincoln.
Mr. Symes is an
Right,
old
Mr. Symes.
standmate here in the parade. We're so happy to see him. He's sandwiched right between the Lions and the Lions Mobile, so I hope they're not going to run him over there. And then next up, we should have, I believe we're going to have some people coming forward that are from the new Marlborough Shamrocks football team.
Okay, they're coming up. Oh,
They
good.
should be coming up.
All right.
So the Marlborough Shamrocks are back. For any of you that don't know about it, it's a semi-pro football team.
Yep, my
It's-
friend Rick Clemens and Billy Soto Sr. are leading the effort and coordinating with Bob Kays at the Prospector. And
So I will say that I am going to be the most envious person at the game because I was cleaning out a closet and I found a pristine Marlborough Shamrocks denim shirt that I can't wait to wear to a game.
denim shirt.
Denim shirt from back in the day.
Very
I can't
good.
wait
Well,
to wear
they
it to
have quite the
game.
history in the city of Marlborough.
They
and,
sure do. They
I
sure
think,
do. It's great to have them
everybody
back.
who loves football is welcoming them back, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see football back at Keller Field. And
it's a big undertaking to bring something like that back.
it really is.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
There's
So-
a lot to it, and
They-
the participants that are playing for the team, they also have full-time jobs. So
No, they
you know
do.
they're
Yeah,
working
they have to protect
and
themselves too.
yeah.
So I believe our next guest is here. If we're ready for him, do we need some time? We'll give him a breather. He looks like he's recovering from the walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're trying to get it in under the rain, Mr.
But
President.
I just want to make my comments about Councilor Delano.
Yes.
You know, he gave his contribution to the city, as you said,
Sure
both the
did.
school committee and the city council. And we're about to talk to Councilor Clancy. But you and I both have experience on the city council, and being an elected official in this city is very, very rewarding. But it also requires a lot of time and commitment.
Sure does,
And
yeah.
but at the same time, the city is very benefits from everybody's efforts.
We are certainly in a better place due to Council President Clancy and Council Vice President Joe Delano.
And
We're
the
sorry to
cohesiveness
see.
of the city council, and the mayor's
Absolutely.
office, and the school committee over the
Yeah.
last several years, it showed itself throughout the city on many, many fronts. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So we're going to do a little transition now. We got the flashback band coming up behind us, and
Why don't
then we
wait
have
for
the
after
Marlborough
this continue, 'cause
Shamrocks.
I don't want to compete with the. We don't want
but
to
by the
compete with
time
the.
So
the
we can.
audio.
We're going to sign off here and
Oh, we
let the
signing off?
bands come by. That way. second. I'll send it.
So we have a special guest here, Mr. Ed Clancy. But before we do, you'll see in our camera angle, we've got the Pro Clean Auto Wash, and I'm bringing their attention only because of the soap and bubbles. Never seen this in our parade at all. And prior to that, we had the Marlborough Shamrock contingent. If you saw them on your screen, they were a sharp-looking bunch. And again, we're happy to have the Shamrocks back in town, right, Mr. Clancy?
Yes, I am. You know, it's been a drought for the last few years not having that semi-pro team here in town.
Had many great memories. So, understanding you've made a decision.
Yep. This is it. This is my last walk today.
Well, on behalf of the city of Marlborough, we can thank you for your contribution, your efforts, your leadership, your concern. I mean, you and I share some history. You were my housemaster 30-something years ago, and I was fortunate to see your daughter this morning, right before I came out here.
Yeah.
And Susan was here, and
she's back living in town.
Yep.
Yeah, my son Tom is over in Westboro with his family.
Saw Tom not too long ago too. So,
right.
But what's in your plans?
My plans after December 31st, possibly. You know, I've always wanted to go to Florida for a period of time during the winter.
Good.
And I figured that this would be about the time that I would be able.
And
to
Barbara's
do it.
willing to go too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can you think of your greatest memory or greatest contribution as a city councilor?
Biggest contribution I have. There's a lot of stuff that we've done or actually accomplished over the years.
If you look back, you guys have done a great deal since you've been on, and we can't forget of all your time on the Conservation Commission too. You know, 30, 40 years if I'm not mistaken.
52.
52 years. So.
52 years.
And
18.
we have the UMass Lowell band coming behind us right now, so we'll pick up our conversation right as they go past us. They're looking sharp. They're breaking into song.
Is that UMass?
UMass Lowell.
Lowell.
UMass Lowell, yep. And they've been coming for several years now, and it's great that they think that the Marlborough Labor Day Parade is a great place to showcase their wares.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you remember at the beginning of our broadcast, Miss Pope was talking about touch a truck, touch the art truck. So this is where, take a photo of it, send it to the DPW.
I was looking at that vehicle that's parked up on Lincoln Street. It's brand new, brand new. It's a huge piece of equipment, and it will definitely be able to keep the roads nice and clear during the winter.
Yeah.
You know.
So let's not also forget that you were also you're going to end your term as the city council president, which is quite an honor too.
Yes. Yes. You figure I took over from after Tricia left and went to take over the senior center.
Right.
I was elected the presidency 3.5 years ago, and it's a full-time job. It's people feel that city council is a part-time job. Not at all.
So my first city council year was 1990. The budget for the city was $45 million. What is it today?
169 million.
169 million. What was it when you first took the city council? You remember?
It was 89 million.
And must say, everybody knows that the city grows very conservatively, almost on a 2 to 3% basis.
Yeah.
So that's what happens in 25, 30 years, from 45 million to
169 million.
And
162, then 169.
And as cities goes, we are a healthy, vibrant city that's clean and safe. And we have you and Joe Delano and the mayor and the city council and all the city departments to thank. So
yes.
We want to thank you for your years of service.
Thank you, Steve.
For coming by.
Thanks for
We wish you
inviting
a
me.
healthy and happy. And I know you got many years left ahead of you.
Thank you. Pleasure to be in here.
Thank you for coming by.
And I want to thank all the residents of the city of Marlborough that they've had for their confidence in me over the last 18 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
happened while you were talking to Council President Clancy. I don't know if you noticed going by was the Apex float with the giant tiger that they're going to be awarding to somebody along the parade route. We also saw the snowplow from Touch a Truck.
Yes,
that
you
we had
mentioned that
talked about
earlier. I wasn't quite prepared when it came by. I
Right,
was
so
trying
if
to
you
receive.
saw that, you took a photo, please send it down to the DPW because they'll be excited to have you join them for the next Touch
And
a
regarding
Truck.
the Apex is going to have the Taste of the Apex again
are
this
they?
October. We're
Nice.
working with the Chamber of Commerce, so that's coming up.
And,
we just saw the Continental Band too, which is here, and it's
Another
always here.
mainstay of the
Another
parade,
mainstay,
yeah.
and a gentleman from Marlborough, Michael Joyel, is one of the lead singers.
Right.
And prior to that, we had the other band with Jeff Chapman, Mr. Rennie, Mr.
Flashback.
Flashback was there,
Yeah.
and no, Flashback has played Fenway Park 4 times this year, and probably about 12 times in there since their inception. So they are a hot to trot band.
So as you can tell, folks at home that are watching the parade is really coming fast and furious this year. I think it's a great pace. Although I will say some of the people we've seen walking back after having walked in the parade are a little bit huffing and puffing because they've been moving it along.
Yes, yes.
They certainly have.
Yeah.
But some of the things have slipped by us that we haven't mentioned. And I do want to mention that the Grand Marshal's Trophy for a float went to the Apex. The Judge's Choice Trophy went to the Marlborough High School Music Association, which we saw them early on in the parade. And the most artistic float went to the Cottage Children's Daycare.
Yep.
There is a very special award being awarded personally by the mayor later on today during the parade, and that's going to go to Thrive Advocacy, and
Very
that's from
good.
the mayor's award.
Very good.
I know that is a foundation that
And
is
we have
near
not
and dear
seen
to
that
his
float
heart.
yet.
We have not, at least I don't think we have.
There's my friend Maeve, and I think, what group is this? Valaris.
This
That's
looks
prior
like
to Valaris.
Yep. And you know, this parade couldn't happen without a wonderful committee that starts working. They'll meet one more time this year to wrap it up and say what worked and what didn't work. But then they'll start meeting again in January to plan the parade for next year. And that committee is chaired by Leanne Kordiski. Trish Bernard from the mayor's office is on that. Dan Ginion from Cable Trust. Chuck Thibodeau, our recreation director. Zach Lambert, the recreation program manager. City Councilor Don Landis. Ed Thurber, who is just an
Another
all-around good
mainstay.
guy. He chaired the parade for many years. We actually saw him driving a float this year.
He's got institutional knowledge of
He
this
wears
parade.
many, many hats.
He does.
And then they had a new member join them this year, and Dan Caruso helped them get some donations so that we could fund the parade.
And Dan
And
is
none of this, as you can see, we don't see the hawkers and peddlers walking up Main Street, and that's because Joe Mulvey does a great job making sure they're all licensed and making sure they know the rules and they're not walking in front of people when they're trying to watch the parade. So we have to say thank you to all of them for doing such a great job.
And a lot of time and energy goes into planning the parade, into the floats that you talked about. People put a lot of sweat equity into those.
That's right,
and,
yeah.
And they come out
and
beautiful.
it's not easy anymore because there's no float company. You actually have to build your own float
It's
these
true.
days.
It's true. And now we have the Aqua Mamas coming up, and they are a colorful bunch if you look at them. Look at those outfits.
Look at them.
Today's a good day compared to others in the past. But what?
It's a pretty big deal for us to get them to come here to the parade.
Yes.
That is a very impressive group that is nationally in parades, and that shows you the importance of the Marlborough Labor Day Parade because they come here to us. So it's great to have them. I believe they were sponsored this year by Atlantic Management. Looks like we've got a sports team, and that would be
Girls softball. Marlborough girls softball.
Girls softball. The one sport the Pope boys didn't play.
No, the Pope boys weren't there.
We did not have
the
anybody
Ledoux family
play.
had 2 Marlborough girls softball players.
We had a lot of baseball players.
And
but,
I'm actually proudly wearing my Babe Ruth shirt
I
today.
know.
We
I
had
didn't
a
know we were
back-to-back
wearing city
championships.
swag. Next year I'll get you covered.
We'll be coordinated. But,
That's right.
I did this because our team won back-to-back championships with the leadership of
Oh, actually, I
Mr.
saw that
Mark
in the paper.
Chatalian and
Yeah.
Greg Short. And
Shockey is still in baseball.
Shockey
That is
still
amazing.
coaching baseball,
Good
and we
for
had
him.
a great summer.
Yeah, I
So-
saw your picture in the paper,
and
your whole
our-
team there.
our-
And Joe was on the team,
Joe's,
correct?
yeah, this is his last year with a handful of all of his other friends, Robbie Short and James Barry and Mikey Whitman. Yep, so those families are moving on.
Yeah.
Here's Camille, here's the Thrive.
Hey, Camille.
Here's Camille Vidget, and they were working on these sunflowers all last week with the supervision of Mr. Reno Vidget.
Oh, There's all our
Looks
friends
sharp.
from Thrive,
Looks sharp.
and they are sporting the Mayor's Trophy,
That's
which is
right.
well deserved. It's a great organization in town. I'm going to do a shameless plug for my friends at the Marlborough Eagles because they do a dinner for the Thrive group every third Tuesday night
Very good.
at the Eagles. My husband he's not a cook, he's a pot washer, but that's all right, he's a participant.
I would be a pot washer too. I'm not a cook.
Mr. Kerrigan that we saw earlier is one of the cooks, and it's one of the really great, one of the many things that the Eagles do for the city, but so important because this group comes out and they have a fun time. The third Tuesday of every month, they have music from Mark Bonin, and they just have a great time. So we're fortunate again, we talked about how great our community groups are to each other, and that's a perfect example of it.
So this looks like this is the Metro Church, and they're using the rented bikes throughout
The
city.
Zagsters.
The Zagsters.
They're using the Zagsters.
And I know the Metro Church has got quite the following, and they're out over there on Elm Street.
They are,
Over
yeah.
by the 495 bridge.
And then we have the Missy Maxwell
How are you?
project coming to us.
Very good. This is Missy Maxwell.
Having a stage band every here and there rolling through the parade really adds a lot of energy to the parade.
The fact that they can be pulled by a truck and still play
That's right.
that
Right.
great music is
Yep.
fantastic.
It sure is. So
Very entertaining.
we have one of the martial arts studios
New
here
England
in
Martial
town.
Arts, and then City Council candidate Laura Wagner will be pulling up behind her.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I got a text from my old friend Jerry McAuliffe. He's hearing us on the TV, says we sound good. So hi there, Jerry. Say hello to Erica for us.
I'm gonna make my friends feel bad now.
Right?
Nobody's texting me.
you know,
Jeez,
but
wow.
I think we should coordinate where people can actually maybe post on WMCT.
Next
on
year we're gonna go
Facebook,
high
and
tech.
we'll
There we go.
Maybe as well as their Twitter page,
Yep.
so we could get some commentary during it. We'll only take positive comments. We won't
That's
read
right.
the negatives.
Absolutely.
But it's been a great parade so far.
It really has been a great parade, and it's
very
just,
little gaps.
it's
one
been a
on
great
top of another.
parade, and that's tough at the top of the parade.
The
to keep
energy
them
is
moving
unbelievable.
along, so
It's great energy, and
it is one of the many things that puts Marlborough on the map is our Labor Day parade. So I know that I bet we have a big contingent of folks that don't live here in the city that just come in for the parade or come home for the parade.
yep, they know Marlborough because of the Labor Day parade.
Right,
Either
right.
they come to see us, or
Yep.
they come home to see us. You know, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people come home to be with their families because they're out in the distant, out in the world.
Oh, we got Laura Wagner, candidate for City Council. Where is Laura?
She's
She
right
must be
there in the
coming.
middle. She's right there. There she is.
There she is.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
Good
There's
luck,
Kate.
Laura.
Hi, Kate.
I'm looking for my page here. I got some fun facts on the parade. Because if you walk in the parade, it seems like a walk in the park. But it is 1.7 miles long. Starts up on Lincoln Street.
And today's a good day to do
Today
it.
is a very good day. Yes, it is.
Past years, it can be hot.
Parade was started in 1952 by Mayor Romeo Gadbois, and that was with the end of World War II. Another tie-in to our Grand Marshals this year, a way to brighten people's day and help them know that the country was going to be okay, and doing something fun here in the city. And the first parade director was our very own Lou Galoni.
Right.
So Commissioner Galoni's dad, who was Recreation Director for many years, was the chair of the Labor Day Parade, I believe for the first several, and I want to say several, like maybe 10, 12. So this is the 67th year of the parade.
Imagine that.
There was one year that the parade did not happen.
What year was that?
I knew you were going to ask me
you
that.
said it, so I thought you might have any little factoid there.
No. But you know, the success of the parade, like we talked about, is due in no small part to the community and their involvement. The businesses, which they could have taken the day off today and
without
stayed
question.
home,
Yep.
they're open so everybody can enjoy the parade.
And it's a good day to showcase their wares.
It's a good day for them, but you know, I mean, it's a lot of people do a lot of things behind the scenes. I know that the DPW has been out all week on Main Street. It looks beautiful down here.
all summer long.
All
spring
summer long,
You know,
but they
they're
were
watering the plants, and they
Justin DeMarco and his team did an
Yep.
excellent job. Right there
Sprucing
on
up
the
the
street
city.
corner down there, they can't see us, but I see Commissioner Galone and my very good friend
who
Lou
is
Beebe.
the son of Lou Galone.
Yeah, and I see
Mr.
Lou
Beebe,
Beebe down there. They're not even looking
the
at
mayor
us.
of
There we go.
Midnights,
We're getting
yes.
away from them.
And they don't know we're talking about them.
Right, shameless plug for our guys that do the work behind the scenes. And, you know, the police officers, they're all working today.
Everybody
keep
has
us-
to work today.
Keep
Bike,
us
bike.
safe
Yep.
and make sure the parade happens. Knock on wood, we are very fortunate here in the city. Things go smoothly. Our DPW, again, another group, they're all working. They're going to clean it up. An hour after the parade is over, you'll never even know what happened.
So
It's amazing.
One way we know that the parade is near finished, we have the Aleppo Shriners.
And here they
And
come.
here they are in full garb. There is City Council candidate, Mr. How are you?
Oh.
Miss Pope, good to see you.
Oh,
Are
and
you
you
a candidate this year?
I am running for at large.
All
and you're
right.
walking with the Masons.
I'm
There
walking
you
with
go.
me.
Very good. Good to see you.
So I do have to correct myself from last year because I did get a few phone calls about that. I made a few mistakes. I know, shocking. But the president of the Eagles is actually not the Grand Poobah. He's the worthy president. Okay. So, and this year it is Neil Kajoyan, who's a very nice young man, given up a lot. And then the worshipful master of the Masons this year is Dan Nolan.
Okay.
So
And they do a great job too. If
They
you have
do
to
a
think
great
about what
job.
they do the first Sunday of June for the last several years
Car
with that
show.
car show.
Absolutely.
And the weather has been on their side.
Yep. The people that judged the floats this year, we had David Elmore, who's actually cycling off the Cultural Council. He's been on there for many, many years. He's done a fantastic job for the city, and he was joined by Gabriel Luzzi this year, and they were the judges for awarding the trophies up on Lincoln Street. So they were up bright and early this morning, picking the winners.
Hello, Miss Kat. Good, how are you? No, you didn't. So a lot behind the parade, and it shows.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
And I must say, I mean, it's amazing, but this parade's going to be over before 1:45, given
know
how
it.
the.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think people appreciate it that way.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. There was nothing left off the parade. We've got bands. We had the Aleppo. We had fire
You know,
trucks.
the Shriners, they do such a great job.
Right.
You know, I can tell you that my cousin was a recipient of their wonderful generosity at Shriners Hospital many years ago. Helped her through a very tragic time in her life. They do amazing work. And these guys are out in parades raising money so that work can continue.
Yeah, we just saw the Oriental band of the Aleppos.
I think my favorite of the Shriners organizations, though, is probably the little cars. that
Well,
are
we
in the
have
parade. They'll be
go-karts coming right now.
They'll be coming along. I love the little cars.
Go-karts.
Yeah. They roll all of this in big, giant tractor-trailer trucks and then bring it all home.
And they do it with a great amount of pride.
They
I
sure
mean,
do.
And they practice up in Wilmington or Wakefield, up in the North Shore. They have a big piece of property with a big parking lot, and they're practicing their skills on a regular basis.
But they also own these carts and cars. They don't just rent them from the Shriners. These people have such pride in what they do, they actually buy them to be participants.
We got some new bikes. I think these look like big wheels.
And like all the organizations we've seen coming through today, we're seeing a lot of younger faces on these vehicles, which is really nice to know that the traditions will continue.
They look like adults, but right now they're kids. They're feeling the kids right now. Gray hair or no gray hair, these are kids at heart right now.
just all the little kids on the side of the streets. This is such a highlight of the parade for them.
It does create many memories. I think it should be said, we don't say it, but it's all free.
That's true.
It doesn't cost anybody anything. It's something the city of Marlborough puts on for anybody who wants to come. So,
well, it's free, but it isn't, Steve. There's a lot of work and there's a lot of
free
donations.
to the participants and
It's
the people. Free to bring your family. So
Absolutely.
you can cap off your summer
Yeah.
with your kids and your family. And
But we're so grateful to the businesses that donate so much money to this parade to make it happen, because all of these units, it costs them money to get here, so we try to reciprocate and give them a little bit back, and it really is amazing how much the city puts in a good fair amount of money, but you know what, the committee works very hard and raises a lot of money, and that is where, again, we're so fortunate with the very generous businesses we have here in town.
I think it's safe to say that Marlborough will always have the Labor Day parade for the foreseeable future. So
I remember one year when the Labor Day parade got
it was in jeopardy. It was in jeopardy, but it rallied.
But it happened.
But that was because of the economy,
Right.
you know, and there were things that we had to. You know, as former Mayor Freck used to say, the nice to haves and the needs to haves.
Right.
And the parade is obviously a nice to have, but you know, it speaks to the fabric of the community to
Right.
have it. So, and it's important. It's
And I
very
know a lot
important.
of people will disagree with me when I say this, but I would much rather see the Labor Day parade than fireworks. This
Well-
is a community afternoon event. You got to see so many people. So, I mean, fireworks are nice too, but last time we had them was in 2010.
So the good thing about this is, yeah, you don't have to fight for a parking spot. I mean,
That's,
you know.
that's right, yeah. And some of these folks have been here all day because it started out with the bed race this morning,
Right.
which was hosted by the Lions Club. Another one of the mainstay activities.
Do we know who the winner was?
I do not. Do we know who the winner was? I'm not hearing that we know. But there was a winner, I'm sure.
Sure. I hadn't gone this year. I've been in many years in the past, but I did not go this year.
We're seeing the clowns now from
Here
the
come the clowns
Shriners.
from the Shriners. How are you, Joko? Joko Coco.
Oh, looks like we have a couple clowns in training on that one.
I'd like to give kudos to the people behind the scenes today, whether it be Dan Ginnon, our general manager at WMC, Matt, our producer here on the street. We got Michael upstairs in the booth. And there's a Sarah too, if I'm not mistaken. Lindsay.
Sarah's on the camera and Lindsay's upstairs in the booth with Mike. Thank you so much for letting us do this. We have a great time. Makes us feel very cool.
We're tough subjects to work with, but you make us look good. So.
Right. Unfortunately, though, what happens at the Labor Day Parade, it signifies the end of summer.
I'll have to disagree there because summer ends at September 21st.
Right, I know, but the kids are going back to school, and a group that worked phenomenally hard this summer that we really have to give a huge shout out to is our recreation department. They kept our beaches and our pools going, the splash pads, the camps, the programs. Those guys worked 3 years in 3 months.
And it was a hot summer,
It was a hot summer.
Yep. So everything was put to use.
Chuck Thibodeau, the director, and Zach Lambert, the program manager, do a fantastic job, and we would be at a loss without them.
And Samela, who works the phones back there.
She keeps the boys in check.
She
That
does.
is for sure.
She really does.
Because of the Triple E threat that we had, the movie in the park didn't happen Friday night, but Chuck and Zach felt it was important to still have a community event. So we had the inflatables and things in the park from 4 to 6:30, and then sent people home to be safe. So I give them a lot of kudos. They go above and beyond all the time. And as everybody's winding by, I want to give another shout out to our businesses here on Main Street that stayed open today. Our friends at the Vin Bin, Wellies, Funky Murphy's down the street, Flying Dreams, Lost Shoe. Everybody's open, having a great day.
Lost Shoe, yep.
You know, we have so many cool businesses. If you get a chance, you gotta come. You gotta go check out the Museum in the Street because it is an unbelievable thing.
So I
There's
wanted to
so
say
much
that Museum
history.
of the Street, if you're looking for something to do, and the weather's decent, it's a nice walk, and it pulls you from one exhibit to another exhibit. Once you have
There
that
are
map,
maps all around Main Street that you can pick up. Shows you exactly where you're going. You're staying right in the Main Street area. Yesterday was a beautiful afternoon. It took my husband and I about an hour and a half because we had to stop and read every word because there was so much information. But
and there'll be
Bob
things about the
Fragoni,
city you didn't know about.
absolutely, Bob Fragoni from the Historical Society who helped out the DPW. There was a couple of grants. It was funded through the Historical Society, the Historical Commission, the Marlborough Public Library, City of Marlborough Mayor's Office, Department of Public Works, Marlborough Economic Development, Marlborough Brigham Family Trust, Downtown Village Association, Avidia Bank, and Main Street Bank.
Here comes the Yellow Post trucks.
A lot of work went into this, so please, please go and check it out. We also have a cool Veterans Museum on Main Street in Hudson that people should go over and
How are
check
you guys?
out. So people should go over and check out that. We see the mayor's back. He's done from running around.
You want another? We're good. We're wrapped. Okay, very good. Mayor, good job today. Very good job at the parade. It was well
It's
run.
a fabulous parade, Mayor. Thank you. This is by far the biggest contingent in the parade, the Aleppo Shriners.
Yes, well, it's the grand finale, as if you will. You mentioned
Absolutely.
fireworks. If this is another form of fireworks in terms of presentation of everything that you could want in a parade, the Aleppo is the final, the grand
Absolutely.
finale, if
Yep.
you will. We want to thank you for joining us today on the TV, out in the homeland of the comfort of your living room or your kitchen or your backyard.
One group we did not, we were remiss and we didn't thank already were the ham radio operators. They're staged all along the parade route. They send messages up when there's gaps in the parade, somebody in the crowd needs assistance, so we appreciate them.
More logistics. More
That's right.
logistics that
That's
you don't
right.
appreciate or you
Exactly.
don't even know
realize.
about.
Right. So we have the big caravan of trucks coming through,
Yep, yep.
and then we're
This
gonna.
These 18 wheels is what carries the go-karts and the clown trolleys.
They have a lot of fun in the parades, but they do a lot of good work.
So last year, Trish and I started a tradition of one drink at the Vin Bin, and we're going to continue with that tradition
Yeah.
right when this
so
is done.
come join us.
Please come and join us.
This is a really fun thing to do, though, so I want to thank
All right.
Cable for inviting me, inviting you.
Same thing. We've been able to do it for years, and
Yeah.
we still enjoy it. But it's sad to see the street sweeper because it means the parade is over.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.